So it is your fault, whatever is going to happen for the next 1 year. Hi, I am here to say 2020 was one of those years where some people stepped up, some people didn't, some people thrived, some people didn't. I don't know what you did, but guess what? You have an opportunity to make 2021 even better. Now, let us just get a little bit real. You're going to get so many messages about what you got to do, when, where, and how, and this is also one of those. But we're just going to make it a little bit different. Look, for a whole year, I've been coming after you. I've been saying you got to have the audacity, you got to push, you got to do all this stuff. How about maybe you take a few days off, okay? Take some time to breathe. Take some time to just stop and take it in, okay? And the first thing and most important thing that I want you to do over the next couple of days that are your holidays, whatever those days are, is I want you to just get grateful, okay? I want you to just, first of all, thank God that you're still alive. Thank God you still have an opportunity to do something. Thank God that you still have an opportunity to get up and redesign and redo things and you know, and make next year a better year, okay? Now, I am one of those guys from a different school, okay, where I did not see COVID as an excuse, okay? I actually saw it as an opportunity, and those of you who have been following me for a while, you noticed that the business completely pivoted, okay? Now, and I also had a lot of people who were saying, oh my God, coach, what's up? Some of my biggest clients were calling me and saying, you know what? How is it going? Are you going dead? Is it going whatever? But guess what? As a matter of fact, it was a blessing in disguise because we've been able to do what we had to do going forward. Now, what I want to wish for you and hope for you and what I really need for you to do during the holidays is, one, take time to breathe, okay? Take time to just take time out and say, okay, I'm going to take some time to breathe, okay? Number two, I want you to be grateful. Get a journal, do whatever you got to do and write down as many things as you can write in terms of gratefulness. Why? There's a certain power when it comes to being grateful. There's a certain power, you know, you can't be stressed when you're grateful, all right? So take some time to just say, you know what? I'm just going to spend time being grateful, all right? Now, after that, I want you to be real. I want you to be real to say, you know what? 2020 was hard, all right? And if you didn't get an opportunity to see the opportunity within the challenges, then use this time to say, I'm going to get real with myself. Did I do what I had to do? Did I step up? Did I, rethink my being employed? Did I rethink starting a business? Whatever it is, I want you to get real with yourself. And this has got to be a conversation on your own. I want you to go somewhere, hide away from everybody, and ask yourself the toughest questions you can ever ask. Number one, did I show up in life? Was I really the best of myself, okay, during this time, okay? And be honest with yourself. Now, I'll tell you, there's also a tendency that we lie to ourselves. You might come up with some bullshit of, you know, it was hard for everybody and what. No. Be real, okay? Be real and say, okay, did I really do what I had to do, all right? And when, because, you know, sometimes we're always looking for, you know, look at what happened, look at your strength and strengthen your strengths, okay? But sometimes the greatest breakthroughs we get is when we look in the darkness, when we look in the shadows, when we look where, you know, things were not great. And that is what I want for you this time around, okay? I want you to ask yourself a question. Hey, did I do my best? No. What must I deal with in my life to be able to allow me to go to the next level next year? Let me say that again. What must I deal with in my life? What is that one thing that only you knows? Only you know that there's that one thing that you know it keeps self-sabotaging. You know it has held you back. You know it has prevented you from starting your own consultancy business, for example. Even with all the gifts I gave you, all the whatever, you have still not come, okay? Guess what? I had to drop that in, okay? Ask yourself, what is that one thing? What is that one thing that has prevented you from doing that, all right? So whatever that is, I want you to confront it. I want you to say, you know what? If anything, I want you to just spend the beginning of the year not setting new goals, not setting new, I don't know, lofty dreams and all these things. No. Get that one thing and say, you know what, my only goal is I'm going to deal with this. I'm going to really go after whatever it is, okay? Maybe it is your inability to follow through. Maybe it is your inability to look after yourself. Maybe it is in your inability to inspire your team. Whatever it is, grab it, break it down and be real, and then go and do whatever it takes to make sure that for the next year, you're not bringing in any new things. You are just working on that one thing. Why? The shiny, what is it called? Shiny syndrome, whatever. You guys know, okay? Shiny object syndrome, where we're always jumping onto the next thing, jumping onto the next new thing. You're going to get so many new offers. You're going to get so many new things coming next year. But if you haven't been able to harness the old you, the things that you already know, the things that you're great at, if you haven't been able to harness that, then you have no right to go for the new things. All right? So I want you to be real with yourself. Again, this conversation on your own, alone, and say, okay, what is that one thing that I know that if I sorted out, if I dealt with it, if I confronted it, if I went, what we call going SWAT on it, if I completely went and said, I'm going to obliterate it. And I'll tell you right now, it will be the most uncomfortable, it will be the hardest, it will be one of those situations where you really, really are going to have to dig deep. That one thing that you deal with will turn everything around for you next year, so that, because the desire to want to get something new, to want to start something else, is our biggest challenge. Okay? And everybody's going to look to sell you something new. Everybody's going to look to want you to get the next gimmick, the next funnel, the next whatever. But if you haven't dealt with this that prevented you to thrive in 2020, and you're expecting to just add on things, then you just become somebody who is just adding on a lot of things and nothing is happening. Okay, so get real with yourself. Okay, number one, be grateful. Number two, get real. Number three, I want you to take time to cleanse your mind and to cleanse your spirit, to cleanse your mind and to cleanse your body. This is a time where people are going to eat like there's no tomorrow. Okay, this is a time where I want you to have some restraint. Okay, in both how much you put into your system. Okay, like Jennifer says, either whatever you put in your mouth is either medicine or poison. Okay, I just want you to be aware of that. Okay, during this time, love yourself a little bit more, because I love a good meal. Okay, I love some chicken and turkey and stuff like that. But every time I am stuffing my face, I ask myself, if you love yourself enough, Philip, are you going to put that into your system? Now that question has stopped me at when I'm having an amazing meal. Let's say I've gone for dinner with some people and I'm having an amazing meal. I ask that question and dessert won't come. All right? Why? I have learned that the machine has got to be well looked after. Okay? The machine has got to be performing at optimum for you to be able to serve, for you to be able to do what you have to do. Okay? You cannot be unhealthy and expect to make a difference. It's impossible. So I need you to take time to cleanse. Since you're at home, take time to cleanse. Drink a little bit more water. Do a lot more vegetables. Yes, you don't eat turkey all the time, but be reasonable. Okay? And then number two, I want you to cleanse your mind. I want you, I want you to deliberately cleanse your spirit and mind by unplugging from social media. Completely. All right? Unplugging and doing more of journaling and doing more of meditation and prayer and whatever you do in those solitude times. Even if you have the children at home, whatever. Take time to cleanse your mind. It will help you so much when you begin to repaint what 2021 is going to be. I cannot tell you how important that is, but it is going to be one of the things that you're going to do that is going to ensure that you have a better 2021. Okay? Now, also, in terms of being real, there are certain things that are not going to change. You're going to go back to your old job, or you're going to still continue with the same stuff. But ask yourself this question. What do I need to let go for the next year? What kind of baggage have I carried? Okay, this year. What kind of baggage have I carried that has kind of slowed me down? What kind of people in my life that have felt, maybe that person really needs to go for me to be able to move on, okay? What kind of baggage, what kind of things have you done? What kind of groups are you a member of? What kind of meetings have you attended that are not useful? Whatever it is, time to let go, time to cleanse, time to do what you have to do to release that stuff, okay? Why? So that you can be able to get into the new year a little lighter and be able to move at faster rates. And one of the greatest ways is to forgive and to let go of all the pain, okay? When I tell people do forgive and let go, people are like, you don't know how much that person hurt me. Hey, forgiveness is not about the other person. It's about you. It's about you letting go. It's about you having that ability to say, you know what? I've let it go. I'm going to feel lighter. I want you to try it today, okay? Forgive everything and everybody that you ought to, all right? And see how you're going to feel after December. Just do it. You will be surprised. Okay? You will be surprised. So last year, whatever it was for you, if you thrived, bingo. The next thing for me would be, what are you going to do different? Okay? What are you going to do to make sure that you increase that momentum? If you didn't thrive, there are 4 things. 1, do not look for new things. Go and find what has already been working. Okay? You're not going to come up with the next, the biggest, the most awesome new thing out there. It's not going to happen. Go and find a framework that works. Go and find something that has worked. Go and find people in your industry or your peers or whoever who are doing what you want to do, and just role model it. Don't look for new things. Find a framework that works. If you want to become a consultant, world-class consultant, if you want to become a nutritionist, go to Jennifer. Whatever it is, find it and stick with it and duplicate it. And go after it like your life depends on it. Okay, that's number one. Number two, go and join groups of people that will not take your BS, that hold you at a higher level, that want the best for you, that do not have time to deal with your pettiness, that do not have time to ask about your history because it doesn't matter, that don't have time to judge you. Go and join a group of people that when you're there, they are serious and they are deeply, wholeheartedly interested in the next bigger, better version of you. Okay? Number one, find a framework that works. Number two, go and join a group of people that totally, completely, and awesomely support where you're going to go. Okay? Number three, after you found that group, I want you to go and find world-class mentorship. When you go and buy a course on Udemy for $10, you're going to get $10 worth of, or $10 worth of instruction. People who don't pay attention. When I say go and get world-class mentorship or world-class mentorship and accountability, I want you to go and get somebody who not only holds you accountable, but demands excellence from you. And I'll tell you why. If you've been in a situation where you're the best, if you've been in a situation where you feel you have arrived, if you've been in a situation where you've surrounded yourself with yes people, and I've seen this happening with so many leaders. In fact, I'm going to do a special video on leadership, or specifically leadership, or of why many leaders don't deserve to be leaders. Most importantly, they are letting down the shareholder is because they've surrounded themselves with yes people. Okay, go and get real world-class mentorship. Invest in your mind, invest in somebody, in a mentor, in an accountability partner, somebody who is going to demand the best of you. Okay, not a group, but this is just a person you call up, you pay them, I don't care what you do, but they give you world-class mentorship. Okay, and then the final thing is you must work on your mindset. It is an everyday thing. Okay, when I talk about mindset, the reason you don't have your dreams right now is because you haven't earned the right to have those dreams. The reason you don't have those dreams right now is because there's a disconnect between the new person who wants to achieve this stuff and you right now. Your job is to get that together so that what you say becomes your command. And that will only happen if you're working to reinvent yourself, and that starts on the inside. You must work on your mindset every freaking day. Okay? How? One, get affirmations going. Affirmations are in line with your goals. If you don't know that, there's a video somewhere on here where you can find when I've spoken about affirmations and I've spoken about your vision board. Okay, number one, get your affirmations going. Number two, remember I told you don't get new goals, okay? Go and look at that one thing you need to deal with, turn it into a goal, and then write affirmations for that particular goal. Number three, cleanse your mindset of all distractions so that you can be the kind of person who focuses on something that really is going to make the biggest difference, but it's also going to allow you to grow into that new person that you ought to be, all right? Mindset is going to be your greatest work you're ever going to do, but it's also going to be what takes you there. If you do not reinvent yourself to become the best version of you, to be the kind of person who deserves your goals, then it's never going to happen. All right? Get those four going, and I guarantee you, you're going to have an amazing 2021. Now, also going forward, I want you to understand that we have spoken, you have seen so many videos, all this stuff. The only difference is your ability to execute. The only difference is your ability to implement, and that's it. Okay, that's why I'm urging you, do not go and write 10,000 goals. No, write one goal, okay, and say, I'm going to implement like crazy. You will thank me later. So with that said, I want to say, hey, Merry Christmas. Enjoy the holidays. It has been an absolute pleasure being with you this year. For us, it doesn't stop. We're going to continue going. The webinar is going to be going. We're going to continue serving you because that is what we're here for. Yes, I will take some time out to spend time with my loved ones, and so should you. However, make sure you lay a great foundation to make sure that 2021 is not the same as 2020. If you had a great 2020, make 2021 even greater. If you had a shitty 2020, guess what? You have an opportunity with a new canvas to paint a better 2021 by following the four things that I've just said to you. So until then, Merry Christmas from me and the team at Intelligent Performance. Hassan, Helen, there's another girl, she stays in a village called Nansana. She's called Patience. And of course, Walter and James and Corbus and all those guys. We wish you a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and most importantly, we send you so much audacity so that you know that you, that's right, you can live life on your terms. Until then, peace.